If I ask you, what is life? How would you define it? Well, there is no such good definition of life. Still, we can't stop ourselves thinking about what is the difference between something that is living and something that is non living. It is one of the key questions of biology. If you look in Wikipedia or in any dictionary, you often get rather complex answers. Let's simplify it. There are different aspects to consider life. One of them is cell. Cell is the building block of any living thing. A cell is considered to be the fundamental unit of life. It provides the basic structure of a living thing and it performs all the functions to sustain life. Cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665 under microscope. Of course, under microscope, because we cannot see cells with our bare eyes. We definitely need a microscope. Now, the question is all the living organisms are made up of just one single cell? Actually, it depends. Depends on its growth. Any life starts with a single cell. So we can say that if there is any life, there must be at least one cell. But as the organism grows, the number of cells may vary. We know living organisms grow. That means its cells also growing. After growth, if the number of cells remains one, or we can say that if one single cell constitutes the whole living organism, then the organism is called unicellular organism. For example, bacteria and archaea. And if the cell the life starts with develops into multiple cells, or we can say that multiple cell constitutes an living organism, then it is called multicellular organism, such as plants and animals. Okay, wait. I didn't understand. All living organisms starts with a single cell, but it grows in number for some organisms, but not for the others. How or why this happens? Actually, to understand this, we will first start with how does a cell grow. A cell grows in size and number when it undergoes repeated cyclic manner called cell cycle, and that leads to cell division. A cell divides itself into two daughter cells each time. In case of unicellular organism, this division is known as binary fusion. These organisms don't sexually reproduce. As the cell divides itself into two daughter cells, these two daughter cells become two distinct organisms. So we can say that in case of unicellular organism, the cell division called binary fusion through which the cell grows also the process of reproduction. That means growth and reproduction occurs through the same process in case of unicellular organisms. In case of multicellular organisms, there are two types of cells. One type is germ cells, which are basically egg cells and sperm cells. These cells undergo a cell division called meiosis and they participate in reproduction. The another one is somatic cell, which is any cell except those reproductive cells. Somatic cells undergo a cell division called mitosis. Through this division, somatic cells grow in numbers and also regenerate old worn out damaged cells. Between two meiosis division or between two mitosis division, there is an interphase. In this phase, cells grow in size and get prepared for cell division. Let's understand this clearly. A mitosis, then a interphase, then a mitosis, then a interphase, and it continues. Or a meiosis, then a interphase, then a meiosis. That's how a cell cycle completes and it continues. We learned about cell's growth. Next, we will learn about how does a cell constitute a whole living organism. In case of unicellular organism, there is no such specialized cell. There is only one single cell that performs all the functions to sustain life. But in case of multicellular organism, it starts with unspecialized cells. As they grow, they become specialized cells through a process called differentiation. Let's take an example. There is a batch of 40 students in the high school. They are learning all the subjects simultaneously in the same way. So they are not specialized in a particular subject. But as they grow, they take admissions in different subjects. Gradually, they become specialized in that particular subject. This is how they gain specialization. Getting admission in different subjects and gradually become specialized in that particular subject makes them different from each other. This is how exactly the cells work. So we learned that how unspecialized cells become specialized cells gradually. Now the specialized cells combine together to form different tissues. Different tissues combine together to form different organs with distinct functions. And different organs combine together to form different organ systems. And these all the systems combine together to form the whole living organism. Now I will discuss about cells specifically for human body. A human life starts with a single newly fertilized cell, but as it grows, the number of cells varies. For example, a child body is comprised of 17 trillion cells. In adulthood, a female body is comprised of 28 trillion cells and a male body is comprised of 36 trillion cells. Cells also vary in shape, function and size. In human body, the smallest cell is found to be 7.5 micrometer and the largest one 0.1 millimeter. In human body, stem cells are the unspecialized cells. All the specialized cells arise from the stem cells. There are 200 different types of cells are found in a human body with distinct functions such as bone cells, nerve cells, muscle cells, and so on. Now, different types of cells combine together to form tissues. There are four types of tissues found in the human body. They are connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Different types of tissues combine together to form organs with distinct function. There are 78 organs in a human body, for example, stomach, skin, liver, and so on. And different organs combine together to form organ systems. And there are 11 different organ systems in a human body, for example, nervous system, digestive system, etc. Now, all the organ systems combine together to form the human body. I hope you found this video helpful. If you still have any query or doubt, just feel free to put that in the comment section. If you have your own definition about life, you can also write that in the comment section. I'll be glad to read that. In the next video, I will discuss about the molecular composition of cell.